when I saw this team sheet, the first thing I did was look at the subs.
Right.
Because I thought Fabinho must be injured. I don't understand it whatsoever. If there's one thing, if there's a real thing that sticks out, as much as we complain about Trent Alexander defending and the way the back four's defended, if there's one thing that Liverpool haven't been able to do, particularly this season, it's when the ball's coughed up, they haven't been able to stop anybody getting at them. Nobody. Regardless of whether it's Arsenal at the top of the league or anybody else, Forest, anybody you want to name, Brighton, they can't stop anybody getting at them. So, if you know that, why are you playing Henderson and Thiago? Because Thiago can't defend.
Right.
He's as good on the ball as anybody in the Premier League. Absolutely. Nobody can argue that. But he can't get close to anybody. He can't chase anybody. So when he's not got the ball, he hinders you defensively. So why are you leaving Fabinho on the sideline? I seriously don't understand.
So Jurgen Klopp was asked this, wasn't he, Jules, after the game? What did he say?
Well, he was not directly asked about Fabinho. Certainly, I didn't hear that explanation or that answer. Certainly, Fabinho doesn't understand why he's not playing, why he didn't start this game or the game against Rangers, even with the change of system. Which, I mean, one of the three midfielders have to be dropped if you go from 4-3-3 to 4-2-3-1 or 4-2-4. I agree with the boys. I don't understand why it's him. Klopp thinks that his level has dropped this season, which might be true. I still think that he's the one that really will leave your back four less exposed than the other two. Klopp said that obviously they're looking for more balance, they're looking for better structure. They thought they had that against Rangers. I'm sorry, Rangers are not Arsenal. You can't. Again, we go back to the formation and the system. I don't think you can go away to Arsenal and play with only Thiago and Henderson as your two holding midfielders, like we've been explaining so far on the show. And even not to start Fabinho in a two in midfield, but probably I think a three midfield would have been wiser in a game like tonight or this afternoon.
You just cannot take the Rangers game, they themselves, Van Bronckhorst, the manager, said after getting to the Europa League final and losing to Eintracht Frankfurt, getting into the group, being pretty much hammered in most of the games, said, this is above our level, we can't compete. And so whilst the scoreline was quite close, the actual game at Anfield was not. And so you can't use those as a parallel for performance to teams in the Premier League. And I understand what Jill said. Yes, and it's what Klopp has said, apparently, Fabinho's game has dropped a little. But I'm still taking a Fabinho with a dropped a little game, trying to protect a back four that's been left wide open and asked so many questions this year, it's not been able to handle it. I want to have somebody in front of there that at least is natural in the reading the game. That's the facet of his game that's the strongest. So it's a head scratcher for him. I think it's a head scratcher for most people. But it's more of a questions to be answered when you don't get a result. And Liverpool are not getting results in these big games at the moment.
Frankie, you okay?
I totally agree. I mean, if Fabinho has to be put on the bench because his football has dropped, I think 75 of the team would normally play should be on the bench right now because they all dropped, dramatically this season. And I think Fabinho should be the first name. When you have a defense so fragile, you have to secure with strong defensive midfielders. Who can win the battle in the middle of the park. That's where you get solid, it's where you win the battles. And I agree with the guys. Thiago Silva is a fantastic player offensively, but doesn't secure defensively. So he has to be put, Fabinho has to be put with Anderson to make sure that works. And why do you want to change a formation if what you were doing before was working?
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.